Hi there! Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. My name is Angie, and for this video I'm gonna be telling you guys how I met Brennen Taylor. But before I get started, I want to change this video and the intro out a little. So I have some like spiritual quotes I wake up to every morning, and I would like to share some with you because these quotes really do help me go throughout my day. And when I don't want to wake up and I see these quotes right next to my bed, it's like, well, it's Monday or Tuesday and I don't really want to go to work, but let's just do this. So the very first quote I want to show you guys, it says, "Let's do this." And this is the one I have. I'm gonna show you guys a closer image right here, and it says, "Let's do this." So for today's video, what we're going to do is I'm gonna be telling you guys the story / my experience on how I met Brennen Taylor. So let's get started. So the very first time I met Brennen was in VidCon of 2015, I believe. Yeah, VidCon 2015? No, VidCon 2014? No, VidCon 2015. I don't really remember. I think it was VidCon 2015. I know, right? Everything is at VidCon. And I would see in his Snapchats like days before VidCon that he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be doing a meet and greet. I'm gonna do a meet and greet outside the convention center." And I was like, I really want to meet him. So the days were getting closer to VidCon, and he was tweeting. He was like, "I'm gonna be here. I already arrived," and he was like updating us on what he was doing. And so I turned on his notifications, and I was like, I really want to meet him. So we were at VidCon, and he finally tweeted. Like, we were just walking around, and I was like, oh, I really want to meet him. So he finally tweeted his location. He's like, "I'm gonna be by the fountains," which it's kind of the center where the main stage is at. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be there." So I told Daisy and Diana, I was like, I really want to meet Brennen Taylor. So we went to where he said it was, and he wasn't there. And I was like, OMG. I was like, are we even in the same place? I was honestly getting pretty sad, and I was like, I really want to meet him. So yeah, we went to the location, and we were just waiting there for a couple minutes, and then it turns out that he was gonna be in that by the fountains, and it turns out that we were too early. Like, we were really early, and he was barely coming in the location that he said. So when I saw him, I was like, oh my god, he's right there. And normally at like meet and greets, there are lines, like, you know, you have to wait in line. But this time, like, he was just getting mobbed basically. Like, he was like, fans were all around him, and I was like, literally, like, when YouTubers do this, I personally do not like it because it's so unorganized, and you know, you just basically have to jump in. Like, you just can't wait for the person in front of you to be done. So you basically, when he's done taking a picture with the fan, you basically have to jump in before someone else does. So I really do not like to do that, but I really wanted to take a picture with him. So as soon as the girl who was like taking a picture with him and they were done, I jumped in, and there was some other girl who wanted to go, and I'm like, I'm sorry girl, but I'm waiting just like you're waiting, so we all need to wait for our turn. And yeah, so that's how I met him, and it was this picture. We actually took 2 pictures, but this was the first one, and then this was the second one. And yeah, that was the very first time I met him, and he was really sweet. He was so nice, and I love Brennen. And then the second time I met him, I believe it was it was the next day of VidCon, and we were sitting outside the Hilton, and he was crossing from the Hilton to the Marriott. And yeah, so we were, Diana and Daisy and me, we were just chilling there. You know, it was late at night, so it wasn't really popping anymore, and we were just chilling. And I don't know if it was Diana or Daisy, it was probably Daisy, and she's like, oh look, it's Brennen. And I really wanted to take a picture again with him. I'm like, as many times as I can, I want to take a picture. And so he was walking fast to the Marriott, and he was talking on the phone. And first of all, I didn't want to stop him because first he looked like he was in a hurry, and second, he was talking on the phone. So I didn't want to, you know, interrupt his call. And so there were some other girls who literally did not give a shit. They just went straight to him and they're like, oh, Brennen, can we take a picture or whatever? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Brennen, but this is my time. Like, I'm gonna take advantage of this. So I went straight to him, and like they finished taking a picture, and he was walking towards the Marriott, and I was like running, like kind of jogging a little after him, and I said his name. I was like, Brennen. And at first he didn't really hear me, and then I was like, oh, he probably did, but he doesn't want to take a picture. And so the second time I was like, Brennen, and he finally turned, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, I really want to take a picture with you. And he's like, sure. So we took a picture, and then it was this picture. And then yeah, and then I was like, oh, can I have a hug? And he's like, sure. Which by the way, he smelled so good. I was like, OMG, like, ah. And then yeah, so that was the second time I met him. And then the third time I met him was actually at Disneyland. I know, right? I met Kate and JC at Disneyland. I met Brennen at Disneyland, and that day I saw his Snapchat, and it was Wednesdays, which me and JC, we would normally go every Wednesday. So yeah, we went. I saw, and I was like, oh my god, because she was at school and I was at home. And I was like, oh my god, I was like, guess who's at Disney? No, because first he tweeted, he was like at Disneyland or something like that, and then I would see his Snapchats and he was actually at Disneyland. So I was like, oh my god, I was like, we're going later and he's gonna be there. I really, really hope we meet him. Which again, it's more impossible for you to meet someone at VidCon than at Disneyland, because one, there's both parks, so you don't know which park they are, and two, it's just crazy and there's so many people and there's so many rides, and you don't know which line of the ride they're gonna be in, and it's just crazy. So I was like, whatever, if we meet him, good. If we don't, then at least I already have 2 pictures with him. And so we went and we were looking for him. We were refreshing Snapchat and, you know, kept watching his story and seeing where was the last time he was. So we were looking, no luck. And then towards like the last couple minutes, we were just over it. We were like, oh, we're not gonna meet him. Let's just go, you know, get in line on a ride or whatever. And yeah, so right when we were gonna give up and quit, we found him. It was a California Adventure, and yeah, we were just waiting. I think he just had gotten off a California Screaming, and we were literally waiting just by a little restaurant next to California Screaming, and we were just like, you know what, whatever, like, I'm over it, we're not gonna meet him. And so we went in the store that was by the restaurant by California Screaming, and I was like, oh, whatever. And no, actually before that, just kidding, before that we were just standing there and we saw him that he was Snapchatting, and I was like, oh my god, he's right there. And then Daisy was like, oh my god, I'm getting so nervous. And I was like, same. But we went in the store, and then we were like, okay, let's just go to the store. He has to pass through here. There's no way for him to go anywhere else. He has to pass through here. So we went in the store, and we were kind of just creeping out a little to see where he was. And we kind of wanted to seem like he was passing. We were coming right out the store, because we don't want to be like, ah, Brennen, you know, like letting him know that we were stalking him the entire time. And yeah, so we did that, and he was actually taking pictures with fans, and it was perfect timing. I'm like, let's do it now or never. So we went out and we were like, oh, Brennen, can we take a picture? And he's like, sure. And then I asked him, I was like, because it was before VidCon 2017. And I was like, VidCon, I was like, Brennen, are you going to VidCon? And he's like, yes. He's like, I'm going to VidCon, I'm going to Playlist Live. And I was like, yes, now I have another reason why to go to VidCon. And yeah, so we took a picture, and this was the 3rd picture at Disneyland. So yep, that is my story with Brennen, and he was so nice. He was super nice. I am a huge fan of Brennen. He's so cute, and I love his vlogs. And yeah, so hopefully VidCon 2017 I meet him again. No, actually, I said it was supposed to be VidCon 2016. But anyways, I hope this year I meet him again. And yeah, so that is pretty much much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. So yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. Again, my Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat is in the description below. My last video is in the description below. And yeah, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. If you're a new viewer, make sure to hit that subscribe button and you will get notified next time I upload. But for now, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.